With the MLB draft schedule to start in less than 24 hours from now, most mock drafts have their top 100 locked in. And like most years, this draft is filled with wildcard prospects. A projected late second-round pick could go in the first round if he fits what a team needs or if they really like him. With that being said, he could also free-fall to the late-round selection for the exact opposite reason. So today, we're going to go over my top 3 wildcard prospects in this year's draft. Hey guys, Brett here at Baseball Prospect Analysis, and I just wanted to remind you guys that I'm running an Xbox Series X giveaway. In order to be eligible, you must be subscribed to this channel, following my TikTok, and like this video. The TikTok will be linked in the description. Once I hit 5K subs, I'll be announcing the winner. Alright, now back to the video. In this year's MLB draft, it's no secret who the headliners are. Placed firmly in just about everyone's top 5, we have 3 elite high school position players in Drew Jones, Elijah Green, and Jackson Holliday. But as stated earlier, today I'm going to break down my 3 top wildcard guys who could truly go anywhere in the draft. To start it off, we have Carson Whisenhunt, a left-handed pitcher out of East Carolina. Whisenhunt has been on scouts' radar since his early high school days. Now at 6'3", 209 pounds, the lefty entered the 2022 collegiate baseball season as the best active left-handed pitcher available for this year's draft. Unfortunately, on March 13th, Carson would test positive for a banned substance, which would result in him being suspended for the entire 2022 season. Carson stated he tested positive due to a supplement he purchased at a nationwide health shop. The exact substance he tested positive for has not been made public. Despite the full season suspension, he has still maintained significant draft interest, landing 30th overall in MLB.com's Draft Top 200. Whisenhunt's changeup is said to be one of the best in the draft class and is thrown with the same arm speed as his low to mid-90s fastball. He commands the ball fairly well, shows control in all 3 pitches, and has a classic athletic pitcher's build. His curveball gets the job done despite grading out average at best. After not playing in the regular season, Carson did pitch a few games in the Cape Cod League where he showed his stuff was still clearly present. On the good side of things, scouts have known about him for a while, and they have a very good idea of what type of pitcher they are getting if they draft him. The missed season may benefit him as it results in less mileage on his arm heading into the first pro ball season. His current stuff is dynamic and can play at the next level. For Carson, the floor is high and the ceiling is a potential mid-rotation starter. On the bad side of things, we have no clue what he popped for on his preseason test, but I guarantee you the organizations looking at him know. If it is as simple as a banned stimulant or fat burner, then he should be in the clear. If it is a SARM, pro-hormone, or steroid, then we have a different story. This, I think, really could be the deal breaker for a lot of teams. Having a player pop for PEDs is awful press for the player, but it's just as bad for the organization as a whole. I expect to see Carson picked up as early as the first round and as late as the third round. There's a chance we see him back at East Carolina next year, especially if the money isn't right. For our second wildcard prospect, we have the Notre Dame two-way star Jack Brannigan. Brannigan is a very interesting prospect to evaluate. Despite producing easy premium velocity with the capability of touching triple digits, Jack has been very clear that he intends to play third base at the next level. Due to these intentions, the Irish only used him as a relief pitcher in short stints, resulting in only 23 1/3 innings pitched over 3 years. On the mound, his high-octane fastball displays excellent arm-side run and is paired with an at times wipeout slider. Mostly a 2-pitch guy, but his changeup has shown promise despite being used so rarely. At third base, he's a solid defender with obvious arm strength, but at the plate he shows average power at best and is mostly a contact-first hitter. On the good end of things, he isn't an awful position player by any means. His ceiling on the mound is just that much higher. A team could get a pretty sweet deal on him in a later round with the promise of a two-way opportunity. He's athletic enough to adjust into a starting pitcher, and his control issues are more than likely due to inconsistent innings and usage. On the bad side of things, he struggled with wood bats in the Cape Cod League this summer, so his transition to pro ball at the plate could prove difficult. His determination to be a position player could prove detrimental in the future in terms of effort and focus when transitioning into a PO. He is only a junior and could opt to return to Notre Dame to improve his draft stock position-wise. In my opinion, he is truly a wild card and could be selected anywhere in the second round and down. Ultimately, this is going to come down to his willingness to be a full-time pitcher in the future and an organization's willingness to let him be a potential two-way player. He's another guy who has a chance to land back on campus next year. My last wildcard guy will be the internet sensation Ben Joyce. Joyce got on my radar the day I saw a tweet of him throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs right by hitters. Not too long after, I saw another video of him touching 105.5 miles an hour. I instantly sent that video to all my friends and said, "What are they feeding kids these days?" A JUCO transfer from Walters State Community College, Joyce tore his UCL in October of 2020, requiring Tommy John surgery, resulting in him missing the full 2021 season with the Volunteers. In 2022, he returned to the mound and instantly was noticed by scouts and fans due to his scorching fastball. fastball. However, it's not all sunshine and roses for the 6'5", 225-pound righty. His fastball features arm side run, but can flatten out at times, resulting in below-average command and hard contact. He throws 80% fastballs and truly banks on hitters not being able to catch up. His mid-80s slider generates swings and misses, but almost solely due to hitters attempting to cheat on his fastball. The slider itself rarely is thrown for a strike and is a raw pitch. Ben is another guy who rarely uses his changeup, but is shown it has plus fade when it's at its best. On the good end of things, he has already had TJ and seems to be healthy. The odds of tearing your UCL again within 3 years of post-surgery are very slim, but not impossible. His premium velocity will easily play at the next level, and having professional instruction moving forward should help him stay healthy while doing so. His strikeout rate was phenomenal, registering 53 Ks in 32 innings pitched. On the bad end of things, he mostly pitched against non-conference opponents or in low-stakes situations. At the end of the year, he struggled against both Florida and Georgia, giving up 5 earned runs in 4 innings. There's the obvious concern for future injury based on his past and the recent outcomes of former flame-throwing right-handed draft picks. Lastly, he's a very raw pitcher with electric stuff. His mechanics don't always repeat the way he wants them to. He's certainly going to be a project for whatever team that selects him. Selecting Joyce is going to be a huge gamble for any organization. The potential and the public attention are certainly there, but so are the risks. As of right now, I don't see starting material in him solely based on his current stuff. If a team decides to select him in the second round, I'd expect him to either draft him as a long-term development guy, eventually becoming a starter, or a fast-track reliever sent to the bigs in the first 2 years with hopes of him developing into a solid setup guy or a closer. Personally, I think there's a small chance we see him in the late second or third round, but most likely I see him being snatched in the late third or early fourth round. The possibility of him landing on campus is there, but not likely in my opinion. For someone who is still only 1.5 years post-op from his Tommy John surgery, I'd like to see him take the money and develop at the next level. Going back to college opens up Pandora's box when it comes to potential injury for Ben. He may have 2 years of eligibility left, but he isn't getting any younger, and I feel like the risk is too much. And that's going to sum up my top 3 wildcard prospects for this year's draft. If you disagree, agree, or have any thoughts, please comment below. I love interacting with you guys. As I'm editing this, it's 4 a.m. the night before the draft, actually the morning before the draft now. So I'm hoping to have this out tomorrow morning, next couple hours. I love making these videos and truly put a lot of work into them. If you could show your support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, it would mean the world to me. The information for the 5K Xbox Series X giveaway is listed on the screen. Feel free to participate. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.